Hello, welcome back to the Midnight Moose channel. We got some more Darkest Dungeon 2 for you today. I've been thinking of a team. I don't know if it's going to work. But we got an occultist here in the back, so we can abyssal artillery, their back units. We can mess with people, and no matter what, we can always do some cursing. That's always pretty good. A jester for stress heal and bleeding, their middle two units. Slice off in case we need to hit somebody in the front. That's always good. Encore to help our team out, that's for sure. And Echoing March, I've never used it on a run, so let's try it out. It moves somebody. I don't know if it's any good. Classic Man-at-Arms with Retribution, the only ability I ever want to use, honestly. And a Helion, who I haven't played much, and I definitely didn't unlock anything with. So we got to unlock stuff for her, we got to unlock stuff for him. So we got some stuff we definitely got to take care of. I'm going to go with her 5 base attacks here, because I have to. And plus, oh, yeah, it's a natural swing, that's pretty good. Alright, let's see how we do. And apparently, let's not walk into the creature from the Black Lagoon 2 minutes into our run. But what are you going to do? Alright. Let's see what we can do here. It always scares me a little bit when the team we have doesn't have a preset name, you know? But who knows for sure. Just for a small forewarning, I don't know anything about the meta or whatever, so I'm always just playing around with what I think might work. That's probably why we only lose. Okay. Let's take all this cool stuff. What do we have here? Range skills plus damage. Well, that could go to red easily. This is ranged? It is. Oh my gosh. Overpowered trinket. And disease resist. Well, what's it called? Blight resist, my bad. Everybody's at, never mind. Everybody's close to 30. You're at 0, my guy. Why is that? I don't know, but you got range damage. I'm not sure how much that helps you. Okay, now it's at 7. Oh, hero path minus 33? The hell's a hero path? But okay if you say so. Anyway, fire resist buff sounds great. Bleed resist buff sounds great. That's a good way to engender some good feelings. And what's your name? Boudica? Alright. Turn start plus damage. Wait, less than 50, less than... Okay, so if you have less HP, you're going to be dealing some damage. Interesting. The quirks are always something to pay attention to, but not something I choose my team from, I would say. And maybe that's the wrong way to do it. It probably is, actually, now that I say it out loud. But, oh well. Okay. Let's see, everybody wants to help, that's good. We got good feelings between Red and... what's his name? Barristan the Bold. So that's good. Alright, let's roll through some stuff. Maybe we can get some extra slime. Everybody loves some good slime, in my opinion. I know I do. 4 leagues to the inn. Not too much room for slime, but that's okay.
The winds whip more harshly on the far side of the brook.
Honestly, this battle with the 2 or maybe 3 units is going to be a low performance for us, because we have the artillery and everything to hit the back. But we'll handle these 2 just fine, I hope. You know what I'm saying? For now, we can mark one, or, yeah, let's mark it. Okay. Let's see, Boudica? Or do you just do it all in one word, like Boudica? I mean, it's all one word either way. But plus 50% damage sounds pretty good for Boudica. We got the Yawp. The self-winded debuff sounds pretty bad in my opinion, but what are you going to do? We're at a position, well, you don't have an Iron Swan target. Either way, we shouldn't think too much on just this battle. It's just nice to go over what we have, right? Okay, 6. That's a pretty good attack. And Barristan's just going to end it 12. You're not going to see a 12 anywhere else from him the rest of the run, I swear. But thanks, Barristan. We do have one thing to upgrade. I'm not sure what we should upgrade.
Are you shaken?
I'm not shaken.
So much worse.
Thank you for asking. What do we have here? Okay. Boudica, you can take this, because what's his name's going to be probably given buffs often. Well, heals and other stuff. So that's one way for a... what's her name? I forget her class name. That's one way for one of those to engender some good feelings. It's with a Buffy item, right?
Once again.
Helion, right. I knew that. Okay. Anyway, what do we have here? Max HP. We could give it to you, because when your HP is lower, it's good for you. So why not? That way you survive with more lower HP. You know what I'm saying. Sarmenti, why don't you take one of these? Okay, you can't. That's good. Okay, you got a buff, allegedly. And we could engender some good feelings. There's a 75% chance here. But also holding on to some stress heals sounds pretty good. What do we have, by the way? Let's open up the
Each improvement,
wagon.
a new variable
Increases
in the
stacking
equation of
for
your fate.
laudanum and many other things.
One
Alright, let's
learns
get rid of
quickly
this.
when survival
Also.
demands it.
Okay, so what do we want to upgrade? Let's see. Damage upgrades, crit upgrades, damage crit, and the target gets marked after an Iron Swan. That's pretty cool. Do we have anything that operates off of a mark? Does this do more? No, but there's a chance it marks. Interesting. Okay, when you pull, you mark, and okay, stun. Interesting, interesting. You're you again, that's great. I was looking at some of these, they look interesting. I gotta play with them one day, but not today. We could increase Harvest. That'll be dealing more damage and bleed. What does this do? It pulls 2. It kind of goes against the Iron Swan and some of the back attackers like Abyssal Artillery, so maybe we shouldn't even have it. But I figure why not, we can change it whenever. Slice off doing 1 more damage, I don't know about that. The stress is good, but as long as we don't hit the Black Lagoon, I don't think we hit that much stress in the first time. So believe it or not, I'm going to upgrade Retribution. And I need somebody to tell me to stop it, because I'm just going to keep doing it. Alright.
Consider
The
your
Tangled,
position
Sprawl, the Sluice.
and plan accordingly.
What's our goals here? Visit an Oasis. Visit at least 3 academic studies. That's going to be impossible. What's this do? Minus 33% traveling flame drain. I'll go to the Tangle, why not?
Mud and rain.
I don't know if we're going to hit an Oasis,
Resignation and
but maybe.
death.
You have anything here?
This
No
land
laudanum?
is truly
What's up with that?
barren.
Alright, let's embark and journey onward. I think we have a nice run ahead of us, and that's based on nothing besides my own hope and goodwill. So that's going to run out pretty quick.
Rewards
Alright.
Only resignation.
Alright, who wants to go where? 2 question marks? Okay, I understand, map. Thank you. Please scroll down. Okay. 2 question marks that lead to 2 resistance encounters. Watchtower could be good. The Oasis is our quest, so I guess we should head on the left path, and hopefully we don't piss off too many people along the way. And after the Oasis, we can listen to the Stressed. That's a strategy. Who can say if it's a good one? I'm not sure. And that's that. Let's see what we can do. We're driving in... Barristan, are you serious? We just started on the road, and I don't want to talk about it. Alright. What are you guys doing? Okay, you agree, which is great. We could get food, and you could get a great trait, or a bad one, who knows. Typhoid fever.
Abandoned or
Why'd you do it,
forgotten.
man? Why'd you get
It is
typhoid
ours
fever?
now.
Kinda fricked up, if I do say so myself. What's that do? If flame less than 50... Wait, greater than 50? Greater than or equal to 50. Blind times 2. Combat start 1% minus max health. Well, I'd call that... Oh, we went right when I wasn't looking. My bad. Can we still skirt to the Oasis? Nope, we're screwed. Cool. Alright, so far, so freaking great. We got typhoid fever. We're missing the Oasis. Oh my gosh. Just like my senior year of high school. This is crazy. Alright, let's see what we can do in combat. Let's everybody calm down. You're double blind, so I don't even know what to tell you there. Worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Alright, we want to attack this unit, but that'll hit the dog, but I'm okay with that in this instance. Because it dodged anyway. Okay, we're going to bleed these units. And even though we were blind, it hit, so that's incredible. Alright. Red's up next, as he always is. 4 and 5, not the highest amount of damage I've seen, but pretty good. Alright, he shot our tank, no worries there, he's got 95 health. Alright. That's a good start, we can engender some good feelings soon. Oh, C and heck, alright, pretty good.
Finish this.
Oh, somebody said we could hold Alt and look at this guy and see what he does. Okay, so he's there, so he can hit just the first 2 units. That's pretty interesting. You can hit
Observe the
the
subject
first
carefully,
3, and you're
you will
the back
discover
3
its
or the
weaknesses.
first one. Literally, nobody's safe. Well, actually, only the first one if you're in the last position. So no issue there at the moment, as you're in the third. So that's an interesting tidbit that I didn't know. So thanks for that information. And I'll try to use it in a good way, but probably not, let's be honest. Okay, we could defend you, because you're marked, so I think that's a smart play. Okay, you've done the same thing. I would call you a copycat, but you are a dog, so there's that. Let's engender some good feelings. Alright, we can do a simple wicked hack, or a yawp to the middle too, that's true. But we're not in the position for if it bleeds. What are you going to do? 2 to 4 crit and taunt. We don't need to taunt. Either way, we're hitting the dog, but let's at least burn this marker as the dog dodges. Okay. Alright, I think it's time, right? I think it's time for one of these. Or one of these. Okay, you're marked. That's going to be good for everybody. Not you, but us. Okay, a 10 retribute is pretty damn nice in my opinion. And there we go. No retribution charge there, sadly. But that's alright. Well, now the marked is kind of not doing what it's got to do, but oh well. See you later. Thanks for the big damage. Alright, bleed these two. This dog has great bleed resist, or I'm extremely unlucky. Maybe both. I don't know. Let's see. 40%. That's pretty high, in my opinion. We could just try to smack it then, perhaps. 12. That's pretty good. And you bleed to death, as was ordained. Pretty good stuff. Alright, we got a mastery, and we got some relics.
Worthless without purpose.
That's true. Alright, let's hop on. Maybe there's another oasis? I don't know. Probably not. Let's be honest with ourselves. Okay, what does everybody want to do? You want to run? You want to run? You want to fight? I don't know. 2 people want to run. I think we got to listen to them. Sadly for Sarmenti there. He's got typhoid. Nobody's listening to him. But what can you expect? If you have typhoid fever, I don't trust your judgment. And actually, that's not true. I don't know how it's contracted. So maybe it's not your fault. Legal disclaimer. Everything I say is a character. This is not my true feelings as a person. Legal disclaimer. Sorry. Okay, two blinds, not good. No wicked swan, sadly. Iron swan, whatever. So you've got 2 blocks, which is pretty sad. So let's engender some good feelings. And we could yawp, but that doesn't make a lot of sense here. I guess we can burn a good old target block. That sounds good, if not great. Good feelings. Alright. We could have Barristan go again. That'd be interesting. But what would he do? Not much. Okay. Okay, we're blinded twice thanks to typhoid fever, so obviously that was going to happen. We could Abyssal you. 7 damage is still respectable. Would have been nice if there were 2 targets to hit. But what are you going to do? Is what I always say. Alright, and slow Barristan brings up the rear. At least he gets the move in before this guy. Can you hit our good friend Barristan? Probably. That'd be pretty nice. Okay, we returned to 5. We burned off a block marker. I like the look of that. What else can you do, by the way?
Let us take a closer look at the thing.
Oh, chill out.
As repulsive as it is.
First 3 when you're in the first 3, first 2 when you're in the back. Luckily, you're not in the back. Alright. Who's going next? You're going next. We're not going to kill you. So let's just burn this. And hopefully our Jester can maybe bleed and hit this guy. That'd be pretty cool. Alright. And we're bleeding. We're bleeding. That's good. 4 damage due to you would be good. I think we can manage that. Unless I've mismanaged my team, which is also extremely possible. Let's see. Well, red doesn't really hit this character that much, so we gotta hit him for 4. I think we can do it. We're 14. Why you hitting so high? What's up with that? Also, you didn't die. I'm extremely upset. Let's pull you closer, honestly. Alright, that worked out really well. Let's attack this unit real quick. A 6, a little low, but
Is a lesson learned.
I'll accept it. Little slice, no problem.
Slow dissection.
And for some reason, 3 little enemies weren't a threat. I really expected them to be. I'm not kidding. Okay. And you could die to the bleed, or we could do a bit of this. Okay, if you don't die, alright, your damage is weakened at the very least. So you crit for 9. Sure, why not? That's Darkest Dungeon for you. Alright. Not too shabby. What do we get? Some great rewards. Okay. Okay, some interesting trinkets and baubles. Alright, let's open that up. See who we want to give a stun resist. I mean, I think we got to give it to our tank. You know what I'm saying? And then you can take a good ol' burn salve. Not that I expect to be burned. Max HP up sounds good. Let's go to the watchtower. We'll look for any more oases on the way north. And we'll do our best from there. That's all you can do sometimes. Why is everybody still saying something? Okay. Oh no, here it is. Condition. Why do you have... Oh, that was from Bread. Okay. Don't give me an exclamation point for that kind of stuff. It's like when you check your email and it's, you know, it's an update about an order 3 days ago that still isn't arrived for 3 days. I don't need that email. Just let me know when the damn thing's outside my house. You know what I'm saying? Alright. Not an oasis, not an oasis, not an oasis. Great. Okay, we missed the only oasis, so... Whoops. We can hit a bell, which is good long-term progression no matter what. A Lair is there, but maybe we shouldn't go there. And we're going to have to choose between curing typhoid or getting another skill. It's going to be a tough choice. It's a long versus short benefit, and we'll see what happens. Or maybe we'll die before we get there at this point. I don't know. Barristan's pretty upset. Nobody's having any good feelings towards one another. That spells YES. Bad news. You know what I'm saying? Okay. We're going to go to the academic study. I usually run away from those, but we'll see. Maybe there's a good idea on one of them or something. Or maybe Sarmanti can get cured by reading a book. I don't know. Okay, you want to run. You want to read. Honestly, stress damage. You can cure your own stress damage. We need less light for you to not get blinded. Let's do it. Unfortunately, they'd be at odds either way. What are you doing? Oh, we already have that. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Really helpful. You didn't get a quirk, Barristan? Oh, I thought he would. Who knows how this game works? Not me. Okay. Oh, we have a hospital here. That's good news. Oh, we reduced the light for no reason then. Whoops.
Twisted by hopelessness.
Okay, we got a 4 squad, which is great. We excel at fighting a 4 squad, in my opinion. Alright, the blind didn't strike. If this lady perishes before we can even see her, that'd be pretty cool. Iron Swan is going to help out in that regard. Well, not that regard, but killing him before he moves. Because Red's next. He could take 2 of them out if he really tries. And I'm going to ask him to really try. Red, can you really try on this one? Thanks. Okay. Yeah, oh, it did kill somebody. Did everybody move? I got confused already. Oh well. Alright. Okay, 12 Retribute sounds pretty nice to me. 2 12s, that's really good, actually. And this guy's gonna bleed to death. He could live, possibly. So there's really nothing to do here, besides miss. Okay. That was pretty good, I would say. That's really good, yeah.
The Wainwright awaits.
Okay, we got some interesting things here, that's for sure. We're going to continue on to the hospital. Sarmenti, do you want minus 3% max HP? I know, you have typhoid fever. I know. That's all I ever hear about these days. Somebody didn't wear a mask. Anyway. Okay, there's a good banter interaction. That's what we were waiting for. Alright, where's How do you cure this? Can you cure it? Oh, there it is.
We can suffer
Thank God.
no sickness on
Alright,
this
what's this?
pilgrimage.
Max HP? Oh, heal to max HP? We don't need that. Nobody needs heals, let's be honest. Wellness. So you're slow, but you're still going like second, honestly, so I'm okay with that. 25% chance any stress damage nullified, that's good. Fussy Eater, who cares? Fussy Eater. Necrophobia. You're not even getting hit, so don't worry about it. Is there any laudanum? Laudanum's always
The odds
priceless,
of illness
despite
are
having a
high.
price in the shop.
Best to be
So that's
prepared.
good. We don't have enough baubles to purchase anything here due to the fact that we have 0. And they all cost over 0, if you believe it or not. And everything else... Negative token. Interesting. Interesting. Maybe in the future we can buy some of those. And one day I won't hit escape trying to leave. But most days I will. So, whoops. Are we lost? No. Why would you think that?
Look ahead.
What led you to that
Place to
conclusion?
reflect,
We're literally
remember,
in a new area.
and reconcile.
You're all paranoid. A little more paranoid than you should be. A little paranoid is fine. I've always told people that. The people that listen to me while I sleep. Alright. We're about to hit a hero shrine. I'm thinking we give it to Boudica because right now she has a move that she can't use. So let's give her one that maybe can be used from the front position. I don't know. I don't know how this game works. The Eve of Glory.
Chapter 1.
Okay.
The Eve of Glory.
Yeah, I just said that. Thanks. She looks very sad. That's not good news.
She was young to join the war band,
Okay.
but any who challenged her readiness were met with clenched fists and violent indignation.
That's good.
Having bloodied the last of her detractors, the matter was considered finally settled.
Good.
On the eve of battle, she joined her clanmates in a raucous celebration,
Alright.
her stein and her spirits overflowing with abundance.
Something tells me this doesn't go well in the future, but for now, that's all we know. What do we learn? Bleed out. Ignores resistance when marked 4 to 8 and hits the front, but it wins you. Okay, I mean, we can use it from the front, so thank you for this valuable new move. I do appreciate it. So let's remove this. I guess we could use this if we get shuffled around, but we're not. So you add bleed, but deal the same damage as Wicked Hack, but you wind us. Wind, as described by the this thing. Attack steal minus 33% damage and speed is reduced by 3 for each winded token. So if you get 3, you deal 99% less damage and you go last every time. And persist till end of combat, which is pretty crazy to me. So that's a last resort for sure, but what are you going to do? Okay, you're the only one with an opinion. We'll go to the Hoarder, despite it not being my #1 choice. Some stress heal is always good for Barristan the Bold.
Let us hope the madman's scrounging has borne fruit.
Okay. Yeah, let's hope for that. Why are you all... What's going on?
The worst kind of parasite.
Everybody's sad.
Opportunists.
Alright, this is going to be a great battle for us, in my opinion. And that's just a guess. We're focusing on the AoE attacks, if you haven't noticed. We got the 2 and 3, we got the 3 and 4. This lady does anything she damn wants, so that's pretty cool. That's really good. Do you go? Oh, you go before red, which is pretty sad. Maybe we should have cured his speed, because now he's going like last. He's going after Barristan, for God's sake. That's not good. Alright, let's engender some good feelings. I don't know if that actually works. But in my head it does, so I'll accept that placebo effect. Alright, you're probably not going to die due to the fact that you're guarded as the main reason, but oh well. We killed the other guy, the dog dodged and attacked, sadly. But we got 1 down. We got 2 down. I'd call that pretty good. Alright, perfectly executed. You're telling me that hit for 18. That hit for 18. Who buffed Barristan? Because I know it wasn't me. This dog is alone. I feel bad for him, honestly. But we have to end his life. Can't you do something? Oh no, you're only... Oh, the 2 in the middle. Okay, well guess who gets another action? That was a neat little ditty there. That was cool. Alright. A miss, obviously. That was expected. But you get another action, so we're good to go. In a minute. Let's taunt in case the dog does want to deal a lot of damage. We can guard ourselves from it. Okay, 12. That's a big number. Often. Let's do our best here. That worked out. Thank you, Jester, for the second action. Alright. Add... Oh, okay, +5 speed. Interesting. Range damage. We could give that to... Nobody else really deals range damage as far as I'm aware, actually. Let's check and make sure. Melee, melee, melee. Ranged. Doesn't deal damage, so that's great. Nothing, nothing, melee, melee, nothing, as per usual. Melee is obviously, oh, you do, that doesn't deal damage either. Okay, and you already have the damn trinket, so you can't wear it again. Okay, just making sure. No issue there. Let's go to the Hoarder. Maybe he'll buy it from us. I don't think that's a real thing. We'll probably just have to discard it for hope. And hope we'll need, because, my god. Alright. What's up, MTV? This is my crib, and this is my Hoarder. Alright, what do we got? Bread, cheese, triage kit, excuse me. Some laudanum, which I've always fancied purchasing. Get rid of that thing. But we still have 0 baubles, sadly, so we can't buy this leather strop. Or these rousing ringers. Interesting. Alright, let's break it down here. What else do we need? We're gonna need some stress heals, but we already have some. We're not breaking out the laudanum just yet. I like that 8 stack. That's gonna be pretty cool. Actually, we can't afford basically anything. Yep. Okay, see you later. Okay, we got a cache up ahead. We could get some baubles, maybe some trinkets, maybe some relics too. Tell me about yourself. Alright. Well, I enjoy cold, long walks in my house. Anyway, don't worry about it. Dude, Red, what are you doing? You're at 5. We're just chilling, driving the boat around. Anyway. Alright, what do we get here? Some cheese, some relics, some interesting... Wait, what was that one? Stew pot. Rare upgrade produces invigorating stew. That sounds pretty nice. But nothing new for you guys. Okay, let's burn some of these powders and stuff the next combat we have.
A simple choice. At least it should be.
3 of you want to go to the Lair, but you know what happened the last time you went to a Lair, or maybe you don't, because nobody sent notice.
There is still time.
Okay, Wayne June, I'm going. Wayne June, by the way, great narrator.
I trust you have calculated your odds carefully.
Red, why are you pissing off our Jester?
Easy.
I know it won't be easy. So, I guess it'll be a different boss, because the Lair is themed to the place, right? So that's good news. What's your bleed resist? 15, that's pretty low. A 7 crit is pretty nice, and you're marked. I think the crit and mark happen at the same time, so if it crits, they get marked, etc. Who's next? You? Okay, 3rd position we can't do too much to. But after that is... okay. 9's not too shabby, I've always said. We could have tried the one that wins us and deleted him, but I wasn't sure how it was going to work out, so I declined. Red, this is going to be a controversial move, but kill this man. Thank you. 8 critical, that's kind of rude in my opinion, but maybe that's just me. Alright, let's kill you. You're hitting for 10 and higher every time. Barristan, did you get a buff? I don't know. We'll deal some simple damage here. This isn't the most excruciating fight, if you know what I'm saying. And you know what? I hate this corpse. So take one of those. Alright, Red is gonna mark. As one does. Okay, and Barristan can bring it home with a little heal, maybe? Yeah? Because this guy's marked. Alright, nice little 6 heal. No issue there. Pretty good, actually. Alright, some great rewards. Not really, but we didn't really get a tough battle, so that's okay. Alright, move on. Can we move on? What's our inventory at? We got... okay, we're exactly actually full. And I told everybody I was going to use those combat items, and I never did. So, sorry about that. Should we fight the big boss of this lair? Maybe let's save it for the second area, right? Because first area last time we were seriously underprepared. And maybe that's my noviceness showing, but maybe it's the team being underprepared as well. Okay, this guy in the back, it's good for harvest. It's not great for abyssal artillery. but I'll live either way. Well, hopefully anyway. Am I right? Okay, you're marked, which is pretty damn cool. We could pull you forward, which would make Abyssal Artillery better. What's your move resist? 40%. That's pretty high in my opinion. But let's give it a shot, and why not? Okay. Okay, it did work splendidly. And now Harvest is still good. Abyssal Artillery is all the better. And we could attack this guy with Iron Swan, which you know I like. But also this guy's marked, so I think we should deal... I'm just going to guess and say crit for 20. Okay, a crit would have been 20 though. Correct me if I'm wrong. That reminds me, we've got to do some stuff. Sarmenti's been pretty upset, so let's make him whatever that was. Bleed resist, fire resist, same thing at this point. Okay, let's eat through some of their blocks with our retributions, and then this guy's going to go, and nobody's going to have any armor, so that's actually pretty flippin' bad. Okay, 9. I've seen worse, right? Alright. Harvest is great. That pull actually put them in perfect position for a lot of stuff, so I'm really happy with that. We're going to do this. Okay, we burned the last armor. We dealt some damage here. Sadly, he didn't bleed to death, but not many people do, I think. I don't know for sure. And honestly, this guy's got a turn, this guy's got a turn too. 15, 9, I think you know. It's time for, actually it does 4 to 8, so unless we crit, you're alive either way. So what should we do, truly? I don't know. Crit? Oh. 11's pretty good. And you bleed for 2, you're still alive, however. That's not good for a lot of people, including me, personally. But that's alright. I think their attacks are weaker from the back too, which is great. Retribution, just to make sure we don't die. Can you guys hit him from that side? Yeah, you can. Okay, that works. And just to armor up. But this guy's gonna melt away pretty soon, in my opinion. We can harvest actually and hopefully make it happen. That reminds me. Take one of those. You're already bleeding, but there's some stuff to help not bleeding. Okay, you're on death's door. We don't have anything besides bleed really at hand. So we gotta hope that works. We gotta hope this works. Who's going next? Both of you. Honestly, this could kill you, so we have to bank on that. And actually I have to do a quick pause. Give me 1 sec. Alright, sorry about that, I'm back. My son needed some help opening a little thing of milk. Anyway, teenagers. Okay, what are we doing? Okay, you're... right. You're both going. Can you hit 3rd position with anything besides the yaw? Not really. Let's make sure this guy's... dead. Okay, that didn't work out. That's good news. Great, cool. Keep it coming.
Steady yourself.
Alright. Death's door. Can you just perish? That would help me a lot. Nope. How about now? Okay.
A simple variable.
And we can actually heal
Easily
you.
resolved.
Maybe.
A little help.
Did I see 0 to 27 and we got healed for 4? Classic occultist. Am I right, everybody? Alright. Do you need stress heal on anybody? Not really. Bleeding, perishing. Alright, we gotta do it. Get this guy off the door. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, the bleed finally did it. Iron Swan might end it for us, or maybe a little bit of encore with an extra Helion on the side. You know what I'm saying? Okay, okay. So far, no issues besides the 10% max health thing or whatever. I'm already feeling pretty threatened, so I'm just going to run away like a chicken. I think we're going to fight the second map, Lair, assuming we don't avoid it like we did the Oasis. Anyway, I think we got to throw some stuff out. So what's this? Triage kit, combat item, heals 75% HP. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would call that pretty damn nice. So there's that. Get the slime mold the hell out of here. And who needs... okay, we used up your stuff. Good old Barristan. So why don't you take... I mean, you could give this to yourself. But why not a Caltrops? We'll probably have a final fight within this map. Where's our... what are we doing? A Resistance? A Bell? Probably. Oh, and then the Guardian, of course. Okay, we'll have a few more fights. Barristan's going to heal up on the road. He told me everything's cool and all that jazz. And the Occultist told me that he was going to actually heal and not heal within the bottom 20% of every range given. Again. Right, occultist? Anyway. As long as he heals 1, it's pretty good. But then the bleed on top is pretty bad. Alright, where's the fight? Oh, there it is. It's hiding behind a tree. Oh, you want to run, you want to fight, you want to run. Yeah, why does everybody want to run? I mean, should we take relationships into account here? You have one good thing with Sarmenti. You have one bad thing with Red. So we could pile on the bad or get rid of the good. That's really the only options here, and you gotta hate it. Let's do a battle, though, and piss everybody off towards the Jester. It's not like he's the guy that plays the music or anything. Okay, we got a good layout for artillery, but not this as much. So why don't we artillery twice? Or something like that, right? I don't know. I don't know how this game works. Okay. Or we could pull this guy again, etc., etc. Anyway. It's pretty good. We want to take care of you, I think. So let's swan it up. There we go. Nice 13. Stress heal is always good, and we're going to take this guy out before he moves. Another critical. Doesn't heal. Okay, does heal stress. That's what I'm talking about. Honestly, they got high bleed resist, but I got to blow this thing. So, okay, we got to bleed on the big guy. It's going to deal 3 damage over 3 turns, which is, some would say useless, and I would agree. Maybe. Alright, let's see if we can retribute through this block and stuff. Okay, that's pretty good. Barristan. Alright, don't crit, don't crit, don't crit. What are you doing? 2 blocks, 2 riposts. That's scary for my team members. Let's make up some of those bad feelings we generated by apparently entering the fight. Toe-to-toe, forward. Not what I'm looking for. But somebody's got to take these riposts, you know, sadly. So, we don't have any blinding abilities. And you have health, so eat that up. Okay, 7 and a bleed. Okay, not happy about it, but what are you going to do? We still have 1 block, so we can actually do this and block it. And we're bleeding, which is great news. Do you want to do this? Between 0 and 27, what's everybody thinking? I'm thinking 26, 25? 41? That was unexpected, is what I would say. Okay, well, that certainly shifts the battle in our favor, as if it wasn't already. Okay, stop messing with my girl, please. Alright. Little bleed action on top of the bleed. You resisted it, no problem. Don't worry about it. I think, let's see, I think we encore, what's this? 3 cooldown. Never mind, let's not encore. I've suddenly realized. Okay, I mean, 7 damage isn't minuscule sometimes. Let's try to take this knight out, even though he's going to resist Death's Door probably 6 times. Okay, the 1 bleed, does it tick over and kill him? Oh my god, it does. Caltrops saves the day. Not that a lot of us are really threatened, just one of us, kind of, if you think about it. Okay, so far so good. Good job, everybody.
The past is gone. Let it die.
Alright, that's a pretty good trinket, I would say. That's a pretty good trinket for a lot of people.
The
More health, very good. Does the tank need it? Do you need it? You might, because then you'll be at even higher HP. It's the same reason we gave you food, because then you might be at high HP to get, turn start. What's that condition from? Was that from a food? I don't know. Either way, you can hold fire bomb. Sure. Barristan, what do you want to hold? Linseed oil flask, perhaps? Move resist down. Chance of dazing. We're so close to the whatchamacall. I don't think we need the triage kit. So let's just engender some good feelings. Early on, we engender good feelings. Later on, we laudanum so we don't die in a puddle. Hopefully. Right? A puddle of sadness, by the way. Let's head to the hero shrine. Boudica got something earlier. We could look at Red and see his stuff. I know he's got 4 or 5 more abilities or whatever to unlock. I guess I should play this game more often. But what are you going to do? Okay, you're saying something nice to Red. That's okay. I believe it. It's good. I mean, he healed you for 41. So I'd say something pretty nice damn to him, too. You know what I'm saying? Alright. Don't worry, the next 3 heals will be 0 with a bleed to compensate.
Remembered horrors of their past.
Okay, half-remembered horrors. How about you? Could be a battle. I don't know anything.
Chapter 2.
Uh-huh.
A door in the desert.
Okay, that's also known as a cave, but you tell me. Alright, no battle.
He found himself in a vast expanse of windswept dunes.
As one does.
Ahead, the stone spires of a pyramidal temple called down jagged bolts from a rolling, angry sky.
Alright.
Undaunted,
very
he
melodramatic.
crossed the threshold of the towering aperture.
Aperture,
settled
science.
himself upon the central
Dais.
and prepared for the coming sacrifice.
Something tells me it didn't work out the way he intended. Let's see what we get here. Binding Shadows. Self forward, 1 fist when target marked, and then the fists make his abilities better. Interesting. And it deals some damage and can crit, yada yada. It's actually got some nice range. You can use it all the way from the back to the 3rd person. That's pretty interesting. I gotta make a good mark team at some point, because right now I just mess around and I hit the big numbers often. Binding Shadows. Interesting. Okay. I'll have to do some work in the lab to really think of a good team, or maybe just break down and just Google it at this point. What happened, by the way? Are we in a battle? Oh, we hit 0 light. Okay. My bad, everybody. Okay. No issue here. Big issue. Everybody's scared as hell. Alright, bleed resist. Probably not going to help. Burn 2 of these dodges.
Haste and carelessness.
That helps.
Hallmarks of the unprepared.
Burn the team to death. Burn all the dodges. That works out too. Great job. And, okay, we can swan the back. It is also buffed, or whatever that's called. So what can it do from the back? It can hit any unit with any amount of sadness. And this enemy is blessed by locks of denial. Oh, that's one of the guys at the end, right? Anyway. 7 is respectable. Let's get our Abyssal Artillery to crit, and then that would be pretty cool. But let's see. Okay, don't hit my Helion, actually. It's kind of against the law. Hey, resisted a bleed. Great job. Let's resist some more. I don't know. I think Retribution's going to do well here. They're going to be dodging more, so the fact that we might hit twice is good. Alright, don't be stressed or whatever, okay? Just chill. Okay, you're marked, you're under whatever percent, so you're going to be dealing more damage, so I like that. I like that a lot. That was pretty good. We got some great Retributions. Make it great +1. Holy moly. Okay. Get some Encore going. You're going to be doing a lot of good work up front, so I don't mind that. This Televangelist is going to move soon. Got 23 HP. Let's use her 2 moves to kill this guy before he can move, maybe. 11 is pretty good. Don't kill my girl. Okay. You're threatening us, I understand. Very rude. I'm going to kill your friend now. Alright. Death's Door. Take her off. There we go. Alright. Pretty nice looking. Okay, you need some help. Crit, the dodge. You could absorb it, maybe, if we're lucky. Gender good feelings, by the way. We could try to kill you. You have 23 HP. A knockback would put you in the 2nd position, which would allow you to be struck by the Jester, as I like to call him. So I'm thinking about that, honestly. Okay, you resisted it, and you resisted the stun. That's interesting. Oh, that puts you up 1. Whoopsie, but oh well. We could mark you and make you weak. That sounds good. Now your crit will be weakened. I like that. Uh-oh. Okay, okay. Oh, blind too, huh? That's not very good. Okay, everybody, stop it with the stress and stuff. My god. Bunch of whiny crybabies, in my opinion. Alright, let's move up, but then you taunt. Oh well. 6 damage is pretty good, and we didn't miss thanks to the blind, so that's nice to know. People are getting stressed out, though, so I think it's time to bolster the crowd. AKA that guy. And we're going to be upgrading that, and probably the Jester's de-stressor in the future. Who gets to move here? I don't know. We could heal you. It could be the right move, or we could mess with this guy, right? Or girl. Yeah, let's weaken him up. That way you take more damage. That's always good. That reminds me, I don't think you go next, so let's at least cure some more stress for our good friend the occultist. And she does go next. Okay. Well, it's the buff, so no issue here. Now we're gonna kill you in 1, because we're definitely under whatever percent, and you're weak. Just don't dodge it. If you dodge it, I'll literally cry. Okay, I'm crying in real life. Alright, we could mark you again. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. We don't want you to get crit and killed, so I guess a heal is unfortunately due. Okay, and you don't do anything. Cool. There you go. You crit. Are you happy? Yeah, I guess you are. You healed a stress point. Alright. And you know what? You know what's really worked out for us recently? Counterattacking for 12 or 18. Let's try that. Okay, the Jester's up. Believe it or not, we're gonna do that. We have 2 Taunters at the moment, but you have an AoE attack anyway. So counterattacking for 12 is pretty good. You lived through it, so everybody's plan worked out besides the fact that the plan was to kill you way earlier. But what are you gonna do? Okay, you can't hit in the front, but you can do this.
A little help, impeccably timed.
There we go. Okay, just a simple crush. For 21. Now you hit for 20. Get the hell out of here. Embarrassed in the bold. Kidding me? Alright, we got 40 flame because that was the final thing. I can't have relics? Alright. We gotta run. We got what? One more battle?
The loathing.
Something like that? Yeah, the Guardian battle. I'm sure it'll be good. I'm sure it'll have great rewards. That reminds me. Somebody needs something here. I guess. People are getting stressed. Take some laudanum, even though I didn't think we would need it this early. You take one of those so we can daze some strong units, perhaps. I don't know. Or weak units. You know, I'm up to daze the whole team of enemies, honestly. Okay, we're getting some heals. You're still at 5, so you can get stress healed by one of our good friends. That's good. We have both stress healers on the team, so if we die to stress, I'd personally be embarrassed, but it wouldn't be the first time that I'm embarrassed, so I'm expecting it. Okay. Okay, I like a 4 squad. Why is Barris to go in first? This guy's crazy. You're not going to be bleeding, I'll tell you that. We are going to be retributing, so that's pretty good. This guy right here in 3rd slot, he is... I don't want to give him the bad news, but he's doomed. We got Harvest on his butt. We got Abyssal Artillery on his butt. We could also Inspire, but for now, let's burn some blocks. Okay. Okay. Marked, bleed. Alright, interesting, interesting. 12, interesting. Abyssal Artillery just got that much more powerful because it's going to kill him. Now, we don't have to Swan, that's for sure. Let's just do a bit of helpfulness, you know? Engender some good feelings, as I like to say. You're looking low on the totem pole there. 6. Not the biggest fan, but that's alright. There we go. We killed the Arbor list, so that's pretty cool. This guy's dead. I knew that as soon as I saw him attacking the Man-at-Arms, so not much more you can do. What the hell's that for? Why'd you do that? What are you doing to my... Oh my god. Some people don't know how to be civilized. Alright, who's stressed? The Man-at-Arms. Oh well. Okay, you know what to do here. Great job. Kind of. Could pull you forward, which is interesting. Or just do Abyssal Artillery. Alright, you're on death's door. Hopefully you bleed over and die. You won't, though, because you don't have it. What is happening? Stop attacking my girl. You know what I'm saying? In fact, get the hell out of here. Alright, the other guy's gonna die, so it's all good. Alright, I'm glad that came true, because there was like a 40% chance it wouldn't. I mean, we're in a bad position. We can't hold extra loot. And I told you I'd fight the Lair or whatever next time. And I guess
your disadvantage
Guardian is like a
and
Lair.
accept it.
Often. Okay. Oh, can we take all this now? Okay. I guess because we equipped the combat items. Sorry. Alright. Boudica, you lived. Everybody, let's go get de-stressed. Retreat, it's a rout. The battle's over. What are you talking about? Anyway. 3 leagues to the end. Barristan's crying. Me too. Barristan, me. Flippin'. 2. Great job, everybody. We made it through one zone for once in our lives. And I guess the plan is to take out the trophy next time. Can that come from the Guardian that we just fought? Maybe. I'm going to have to do some more research, which I hate to do. But I also hate wasting 3 hours of my time running a whole run, not having a trophy, not knowing what that means, and then wanting to shoot myself in the face often. What are you going to do? Okay, great stress heal. Barristan's still pissed, but that's fine. Anyway, that'll do it. We're going to heal up and etc. At the beginning of next run. We're going to give some buffs. We're going to throw some bags on our wagon, and we're going to see what's up. That'll do it for today. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this episode of Darkest Dungeon 2. Leave a dislike if you hate it. Subscribe if you want to see more. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. See you next time. Have a great day. Good luck out there on the path to the mountain and all that jazz. Alright, see you next time. Bye.